Time to check in with Quincy City Clerk Nicole Crispo to get a rundown on the latest Board of License Commissioners meeting. How are you, Nikki?
I'm good, Joe. And yourself?
Doing well, thanks. We're all recovered from the municipal election. We'll
We
talk a little bit about that afterwards, but a busy license board too.
yes. Let me get right to it. We had a 5-member board there. So we did have a quorum, and we got right to agenda item number 1, hearing regarding the request of the Marymount Association for a special use permit for the Marymount Turkey Trot on Thursday, November 23rd at 7 a.m. The race starts and finishes at Marymount Beach. Kathy Hussey O'Brien was unable to attend the meeting yesterday. However, this is an annual event. They've already been in contact with the Quincy Police to let them know and to assist at on the roadway. So we went ahead and made a motion, and it took a vote. It went through 5-0.
The Thanksgiving Day tradition here in Quincy.
That's
One of
right.
many.
That's right. 7 a.m. That's early. But I guess you need the time, right, to get your turkey in the oven after.
That's right. And go see the football game too.
Yep, of course. Agenda item number 2, hearing regarding the request of the Quincy Chamber of Commerce for 6 one-day liquor licenses for Kilroy Square Holiday Market on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, November 24th through the 26th, and December 1st through the 3rd. The market will be in Kilroy Square and in the gallery. They are going to have food trucks. Widowmaker and Townsend will be there as well, about 25 vendors in a 30 by 130 foot tent. So that'll be a nice time right there at Kilroy Square. And Tim Cahill was there to talk about the chamber's events, and he's looking forward to it. And that went through 5-0 as well.
Okay. It's hard to believe. It seems to have come on so quick this year.
It's unbelievable. Next week is Thanksgiving.
I know.
Number 3, hearing regarding the request of the Hometown Hand Pulled Noodle LLC, doing business as Hometown Rice Roll and Dumpling, for a common victual license for the premise located at 663 Hancock Street. Proposed manager Vincent Ming Chen. Proposed hours of operation Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Attorney Russell Chin was there. This unit is also known as 669 Hancock Street, and it was the old Pickle Fish. And it will now be Hometown Rice Roll and Dumpling. And that also went through 5-0. Agenda item number 4, hearing regarding the request of MSM Pizza Inc., doing business as the Old Railroad Cafe, for a common victual license for the premise located at 273 Willard Street due to a change of ownership. Proposed manager Sharif Cahill. Proposed hours of operation 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. No change in the menu there, but they do plan on doing delivery and expanding delivery and probably pickup. Yeah,
Okay.
at that location. So Old Railroad Cafe has been at that site for over 30 years. So new owners. And that went through 5-0 as well. Agenda item number 5, hearing regarding the request of Quench Juice for a common victual license for the premise located at 1346 Hancock Street. Proposed manager Steve Mafato. Proposed hours of operation, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 7 days a week. Quench Juice is going to be everything fresh, everything done there in front of you, smoothies, fresh produce, and made to order. And that also went through 5-0. Agenda item number 6, hearing regarding the request of Team Car Care East LLC, doing business as Jiffy Lube, for a garage repair license for the premise located at 645 Washington Street. Proposed manager Derek Collar. Proposed hours of operation, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Derek Collar was there. He is the district manager for Jiffy Lube, and he says operations will remain the same as all Jiffy Lubes. There, of course, oil changes and car maintenance. And that also went through 5-0. Agenda item number 7, hearing regarding the request of Quincy Hungry Tummy, Inc., doing business as Quincy Hungry Tummy at 35 Franklin Street, for a change in hours of their all alcohol beverage restaurant license from 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. and 10 a.m. on Sundays. The current approved hours by the board and the ABC are 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week. Gramax in Bittenport was not there, however, was notified. There was an ad run in the Quincy Sun for the changes of hours, and the board felt that it was appropriate to go ahead and vote, and then the application will go into the ABCC for the final approval. So that went through 5-0 as well.
And so they're opening earlier and closing later.
That's right. Yep. And agenda item number 8, hearing regarding the request of L&H Corp. Inc., doing business as Wollaston Wine and Liquors, 54 to 60 Beale Street, for a change of manager on their all alcohol beverage package store license to Maximilian Pano Havaris. And that is George's son is going to take over the business there. A long-standing Quincy Wollaston Wine and Liquors has been there for as long as I can remember. And so they're keeping it in the family, and that was represented by attorney Andrew Moles, and it went through 5-0 as well. Agenda item number 9 was hearing regarding the request of J&A Retail Inc., doing business as West Quantum Market and Liquors, Chintan Patel, manager, for a transfer of the off-premise package store all alcohol beverage license presently held by K&H Retail Inc. for the premise located at 203 West Quantum Street. The applicant also seeks to pledge of license and inventory to Rockland Trust Company. The premise is a retail store with 1,794 square feet of retail space on the first floor and 1,794 square feet in the basement for storage. And that is going to be hours 8 to 11 Monday through Saturday and 10 to 11 on Sunday. Again, that was advertised, and that went through 5-0. And that concluded our regular agenda, and our next hearing will be after Thanksgiving on November 28th.
Okay, yeah, it's just amazing how quickly things seem to be moving now. I think Thanksgiving is about the earliest it can be this year. So that's part of it. Yeah.
Sneaking right up on everybody.
It really is, yeah. Then, of course, we have to talk a little bit about the election last week, Nikki, and how you think everything went.
Oh, thank you. I think everything went very well. Certainly from a machine, the machines, everything operated, all the equipment, adding on the new pull pads was certainly a plus. I think going forward, it's going to be more efficient than looking through the back of the black book for your address. This goes by last name, first name. I got some feedback that people really liked it. And again, for next year, for the presidential primary sneaking right on us as well, March 5th, it will be a lot more efficient going forward. The poll pads are unique, and the fact that they have no Wi-Fi, and they don't go to the cloud. They're literally the data that we put on the pad is the only thing on it. And once we get it back here to City Hall, we can read off of the poll pad. So just to let everyone know, there's no Wi-Fi, no clouds, no way to, tinker with it in any way. So it was positive. I know I did hear some feedback from some constituents on some of the new polling places, Broadmeadows, Snug Harbor, and a couple of the others with lighting concerns. It does get so dark so quick at 4 o'clock, that I should have taken that into consideration. But when I went out there during the day to look at the sites, I didn't notice. And there was a few other issues. Broadmeadows, perhaps it would be easier to go to the cafeteria rather than to go to the gym for helping people to get with disabilities and things, to be mindful of that, and it might be easier for them to just go to the cafeteria. And so we're going to look at all that with the mayor. The mayor had some concerns as well that he brought up to me, and get some more signage. And I know it's a lot when you've been going one place for 10 years at least, and then we have to switch it. But I think it was important to switch the little halls that are now in our city that don't always have someone manning them, and I was afraid that some election day they're not going to be open. So where we were making the changes already to reflect the new map that was approved earlier in the year, I felt like it was a good time to go ahead and revisit our polling places. And the mayor and the superintendent were so gracious to let us utilize the beautiful schools that we have in this city. And so I heard from a lot of people that like at Southwest they had never been in, and it's such a beautiful place, and same with Central. And we're going to figure out, there are some parking concerns that probably only come up during a local election where there are sign holders and they're using the parking spots and things like that. And we were not anticipating that, but we'll take all of everybody's concerns, and we'll meet again, and we'll make sure that going forward we're mindful of all of the issues that people took the time, and I appreciate that, to email me, to talk to the warden, and then the warden expressed those concerns to us, and we will make it better, always striving to make it better so that the residents can vote in their neighborhood. I know that people like that, and it's important to our city, as big as we are, that we keep it in our local cities and neighborhoods, because it just seems cozier, I think. And thank you to all the poll workers and certainly my staff here at the clerk's office and inspectional services. They gave us some laborers. They gave us some trucks. They, supplied us, and I appreciate that. Larry Prendeville and Al Grazioso, and public buildings to Paul Hines and his staff, and of course the mayor's staff, and all they do to help us. And it takes a village these days to get the election going. It's not just one day anymore. We'll have early voting in March, September, and November. So I anticipate that that's going to be another busy time, and people can expect probably before the first of the year, the Secretary of State will be sending out a postcard asking people if they wish to vote by mail. They can certainly do that and get those right back to us. I believe they're postage paid as they were before. Get those right back to us, and as soon as we get the ballots for the presidential primary, we will get those mailed out.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy year for sure. This was the first time that you did mail-in voting for a city election, right?
It's true, yes. We had about 3,500 people take advantage of that, and we'll, probably offer it going forward for all elections, state, federal, and municipal.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's here to stay for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you to your staff from all of us here too at QATV. Nikki, you did a fantastic job keeping us updated. We had the results like just a little after 9 o'clock that evening, so it worked out great.
Yeah, and thank you to QATV as always, keeping the residents informed. It's so important, and getting those results up as quickly as you do, it means a lot.
Yeah, we're happy to work together. It's a great collaboration. So, and good to talk to you. We'll check in with you. Have a very happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Take care.